Hey there, it's Mandy at Designer Chameleon. Today we're going to take a look at different kinds of habit trackers that you can incorporate into your bullet journal, your pre-printed planner, or really anything you choose to use. You might be surprised how you can make different things work if you just put a little bit of thought into trying something different. I'll show you how to draw some and also ways you can build them quickly with stickers. All of the stickers in this video can be found in my shop, so be sure to check out the link in the description below. If the list of habits that you're trying to track is relatively short, or if you like to change the habits that you track from week to week, or especially if you're the kind of person that needs your habits front and center, otherwise you'll forget if they're on another page, adding them to your weekly spread, regardless of whether you use a bullet journal or a planner, can be done super easily. In this example, I'm just going to go ahead and lay out a really typical weekly spread. I have a column for every day of the week, except Saturday and Sunday, which I'm splitting a column for because I'm one of those people that generally doesn't plan on the weekends. Go ahead and decorate however you like to, whether you're an artist and you like to do all of the drawings yourself, or you're like me and you want to utilize some fun stickers to give your page some excitement and some pop. Just go ahead and do your standard layout. Then, once you've got that finished, find a section either at the top or the bottom or the side, depending on what kind of layout you've gone with, and make yourself a really simple chart. You'll want to make sure that you have space for at least 7 columns to cover your days of the week, and probably a good 7 more so that you have space to write in the different tasks that you're capturing. As long as you have that, you're pretty much good to go. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Even if you've been laying out spreads for years, don't discount the fact that simple can sometimes be the best. It does get fun to try new things, especially if you've gotten bored with the different trackers that you've been using for months or even years. But going back to basics is always a good idea and a fresh start. If you're someone who generally uses a pre-printed planner instead of a bullet journal or laying out your own page spreads in a blank notebook, you can really do the exact same tracker. Go ahead and lay out your page, decorate how you normally would, and then find yourself an empty section. There's always a space intended for notes or a quote or something. As soon as you find an empty space, you can set up that same simple tracker with rows for the different tasks that you're going to track and a space for the 7 days of the week. With this option, you have a simple and easy tracker front and center on your weekly spread. No flipping required and no chance you'll forget. If you're someone who likes to look at each of your habits individually, or you like that visual representation to really help you focus, mini trackers might be the way to go for you. All you really need to do is set up a space that's a column 7 spaces wide and however many weeks tall that you have for your current month. Or if you don't want to draw them out yourself, you could use a sticker that's laid out exactly that same way, or even go for these circles. The circles I thought were a cute mix with the lemons in the lemonade theme here, so I went with them. In this example, I have them spaced out quite a bit because I'm only looking at 3 specific habits to focus in on for this particular month. But if you put them closer together, you can fill an entire page with mini habit trackers. I've seen even up to a dozen on one page in my planner before for months that I had a lot of habits that I was trying to track. This particular month, I wanted to keep it pretty light, but you get the idea. It's totally customizable and up to you based on your needs in any given month. All of your habits are together and you can look at them individually even though they're all on the same page. One place that's frequently overlooked as an option for tracking your habits is the monthly calendar page. There was actually a span of quite a few months that I didn't even bother drawing a monthly calendar page in my bullet journal. I just couldn't figure out what to use it for. Generally, when I have an appointment that's further down the road, I'm adding it to my phone or to the calendar that I keep in Google or Outlook. Lots of different places that I look for those things that are not eminent or not for this week. So my calendar page would go untouched and unused until I decided that that would be a great place to actually do some of my habit tracking. You can use stickers for that purpose, or you can use a color code, or you can use a abbreviation code. You might do something like DW for dog walk, or maybe if your dog's collar is red, you could use a red stripe or a red dot. Make yourself a key on the side, whichever works for you. There are so many different options to use your main calendar as a very easy habit tracker. And of course, if you're not into drawing your own spreads and laying out bullet journal pages, you can do the same thing in a pre-printed planner. Just pick your stickers or your color code or your abbreviation code, whatever works for you, and replicate it in a pre-printed layout. Simple, easy, and you can see all of your habits in one page for the whole month. If you're someone that likes to track more than a handful of goals in any given month, and you like the idea of seeing all of your goals for the month on one page together so that you can see the progress from beginning to end instead of having them broken out by the week, you might consider a more complex tracker. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't just make a list on your page, put the month at the top, and make a chart that goes straight down. There have definitely been plenty of months when I've done a tracker like that. But if you want it to look a little bit more complex, you can use one of these stickers with what I would call a wheel style tracker. It's a round tracker with spokes that has space for every day of the month, as well as room for up to 9 goals, at least in this one. If you've ever tried to draw one of these, you know that they are not fun. They're cool to look at, fun to use, but drawing them can be an exercise in torture if you're someone who doesn't like sitting with their ruler and trying to make a lot of really straight lines across your page. But if you have one laid out, they're very easy to fill in, and they do give you a cool look at your month in review to see where you were successful and where maybe you need to put in a little more effort next time. Additionally, if you're someone who really likes to use color or color coding, you can end up with a really cool rainbow effect. Whether you use a happy planner or an Erin Condren, a plum, a Leuchtturm, or if you're one of those people that does your own thing in a traveler's notebook, you never have to limit your options. Any kind of tracker can work.